nobody's talking about, but I know for a fact all women want. You see this? You see this? All we want in the depths of our heart is for somebody to do this. You want her to be looking at the floor and then like, oh, now she's looking at you. She's yours. You could be a villain slaughtering my people across the 7 kingdoms. What a red flag. But that's all it takes. Just a little whoop. Huh. This moment has yet to happen to me organically, but God, I long for it. What even is the point of romance if a man cannot slightly tilt my chin up with a sword? Why should I even be on Tinder if that's not a possibility?
See, and that's why my eyes are dangerous. If they do that, they're gonna fall in love.
Christy, go.
Bring me back, yes.
Yes,
Bring me
Christy.
back in time to these what is it called? I don't even know.
Medieval?
Medieval, Middle Eastern, I don't know. Whatever.
Medieval. Yes.
That sounds like all my books.
Incredible.
My fantasy romance
I
books
hate
that
that
read.
works.
I love it.
60% of Europe died during the
soul.
plague.
Armani,
You know
it
what?
does
We had
work.
swords.
It depends on the guy. Like,
Yeah.
it depends. Like, if I already like you and I'm like feeling you and you do that, it's like, okay.
It's over with.
Yeah.
So if
Ones
he
that
has
kill
good
all our
energy.
people, like, oh.
Oh my goodness.
So he could
Well-
slaughter your tribe and your family as long as he puts the sword underneath your chin.
At
and
least
lifts
you
it
know
up.
she's
It makes
man.
eye contact. It's the
Yes.
eye
Makes
contact.
It's the eye contact.
It's the eye
yeah.
contact.
You're
yeah.
done.
That
The
gets me.
yearning.
Oh, I thought you said
Exactly.
urinating,
No.
girl. I was like,
Yearning.
It is the yearning, like to be longed for, like a man showing that he wants you.
yeah.
It's just, it hits
At the
different.
blade
It's
of a sword.
dominating.
Blade of a sword,
It's like,
yeah.
It's so
It's
masculine.
dominating in the right way.
Amari, Armani, could it be an attractive man who shows that he wants you, or just any man shows that he wants you?
My thing is, if I like you, I get blind like this.
Okay, but what would it be? So that means you're attracted to that.
Like this.
Yeah. I
What if
get,
an unattractive man just shows you how bad
Yeah,
he wants you?
well,
Yeah, what if the unattractive guy puts the sword in your
I'm
neck?
not with the unattractive
He has
man.
to be proximate.
No, I'm not in that position if I'm not feeling that
If
man.
he
Yeah.
kills the whole village, he looks really good. You know what I mean?
That doesn't matter. You know what? You could, just because you look good, you could also turn ugly. Just because you're ugly, you could turn into okay.
So the
Am I
There's
gonna
no one
say
to
it?
No,
Sword
he's
is
ugly because he
not
killed
ugly.
everybody.
Yeah.
I like villains.
we know that.
I like criminals. If you haven't watched any of the other episodes,
Oh.
I'm a criminal girl. Yeah.
That's not.
I know.
I'm
It's
just
a
kidding.
phase.
You are
it's
the
a
most
phase, it's a
self-aware woman
phase.
I've ever met.
It's a phase, guys.
Were you
Hopefully.
like Pauly D too?
Yeah, Pauly D, Nick Cannon, Chris Brown, Tory Lanez, all those guys.
Oh, good, wholesome men. Got
Yeah.
that are.
You guys have
It's
joined.
phase.
So
I have
when
a-
I hear all those names, think Lloyd.
I have I've got several. Well, actually, I got several chapters of this, but you guys have just confirmed everything I've ever said about the war brides dynamic. So, what that means is like
We
women
confirmed so
tend to
many.
get. I call it the war brides dynamic because in our ancestral past, when one tribe would come in and conquer and destroy the other tribe, this is even in the Bible, where like one tribe would go in and they would kill all of the men and all of the boys and all of the older women, I guess, but they would keep breedable women, let's just say fertile young women, as spoils of war and reintegrate them into their own tribe. And as a result of that, the women who could deal with that or develop psychological mechanisms to cope with having their sons and their menfolk their entire tribe being slaughtered and then being brought into another tribe, the ones who could develop psychological mechanisms to deal with that went on to reproduce and create more women that could do that. So it tends to put women into are more prone to Stockholm syndrome. They don't want to be saved from. That's why it's the villain, right? That's why it's the villain at the end of the sword, because it's like this villain just went and slaughtered your whole tribe, but it doesn't matter as long as he tilts your head up. And see, there it is, right there.
It sounds like my book
you.
right now, so
Yes.
I'm not, a good source, though.
Is
He
that
seems like a good
is that
source.
applicable to the polygamous and the FLDS too? Because that's what they told.
It could be. I mean, there's several
women.
different. So here's my favorite instance is this. It's like when the British colonists and the Dutch colonists came over to the United States and they were colonizing everything and they were having the war with the Native Americans. The Native Americans would take white women and integrate them into their tribes, and they would try to rescue those women, and the women didn't want to leave. They wanted to stay a part of that Indian, that Native American tribe. And they had just basically developed a way of life, fell in love with their captors essentially. It's stock
Because evolutionarily, it makes sense. It's
it
like,
makes sense because they'll
if
go
they
on to
stay in that
reproduce.
tribe, they're
I
more
don't want to
likely
be
to survive.
slaughtered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or for instance, the Vichy French and the Vichy Dutch, which meant that they were the women would get with the German soldiers during World War II, and because they thought they were going to win, they wanted to be on the side of the winning side. So they basically started sleeping with the German soldiers. And after the war was won by the Allies, then they would go and they would basically shave the hair off of the women who had done so. But they were just basically following their instincts because they wanted to be with the winners, not the losers. And of course, the guys who sided with the Germans, they just shot them they just killed them in the street, right? But for the women, they would shave their heads to shame them, and then they would bring them back to technically the tribe, which was Holland or Belgium or France or whatever else. But it was that ritual of shaving the head of women to shame them was as a result of them trying to actually leave their nation, I guess, and side with the enemy nation.
Imagine not.
And this is why Game of Thrones exists.
Yes.
Oh.
So is that hot?
What would
to
we
you?
all
Is
look
that
like
hot
then?
to you still, Christy? Now that I've explained it to you.
No, that does not sound like my book.
Tell us about your book. Tell us
Not
about
as
your book.
sexy.
All right, well,
She
I'm
wants
reading the
Aragorn
book
to lift her up.
Powerless. The book Powerless is so good. It's like the hunter who they kill all innocent people kind of, but then it's the hunted, and then he falls for the girl, and then he just can't kill her, and then it goes on for 3 books. So
Oh.
Read
so
this
good,
to me
though.
on FaceTime. It was excellent.
Nope, that was something else.
Also-
That was a sex scene.
Yeah. Well, it's also one of the reasons why things like 50 Shades of Grey are very sort of seductive for women, or Tinder Swindler. Tinder Swindler Tinder Swindler basically,
But it worked.
I mean, it worked.
That
right?
Netflix documentary.
He has, well, they have
yeah.
dark triad personality traits, right? It's narcissism, Machiavellianism, and sociopathy, or
Correct.
yeah,
Those are the
sociopathy. Those traits are endlessly attractive to women. That's the tilt the sword. You could be the villain and tilt the sword up, and that's all that matters.
Got me there.
You know that you got a good point. Ted Bundy was not very attractive.
Ted Bundy
It
wasn't.
depends on the girl you ask.
Yes, but
Lots of
what's
women thought
what's
no,
the
Ted
other
Bundy
one?
wasn't unattractive.
Physically.
And Richard Ramirez was also very
He had
physically attractive, but women went nuts for that dude.
He had more hair in between his eyebrows than I have on my head.
Back then, and during that, it's a different time. And in '92 or whenever, that was.
90.
What was
Hey,
the?
when I was at Jing with OJ and all the white women were coming up to him, I was like,
I get it.
Jesus, yeah. Who's the other killer that Zac Efron played?
That was
Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy, right? Well, who was said to be a pretty good-looking guy.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Ted
did.
Ted Bundy was pretty
No,
good.
Zac Efron is hella hot.
Yeah.
He could
But-
kill me.
Good, but
Yeah.
have you seen pictures of Ted Bundy?
Yeah, no, it's not it.
No.
Click the link in the description below, and I'll send you my high status networking playbook for free so you can start meeting high quality women today.